TV. Your will, your choice.
Hello, my Uganda is back. Isaac Tayebwa in the building. This is PTV, where we echo the silence. Here is the show, My Uganda, where we get to talk about different topics that affect our country. We discuss them here. We bring to you facts, we bring to you the statistics, and we talk about the details. At times we bring people that have more information about the topics or the stories that are happening in our country. Thank you so much. Thank you for following us on our YouTube page. Thank you for following us on all our social media platforms. We are very humbled. Every time we go there and find a new follow or a new subscription, a new view, we really feel humbled, and thank you so much. Thank you for keeping on the conversation, because every time when we upload a new story, we see people commenting and engaging in what we be talking about. We are sponsored by community advocates for health, security and development. These are running a campaign to solicit funds to pay for needy students, at Forgive Hope Institute. Yeah, later on I'll wait for you the contacts and you will get in touch with them. Let's help involving our country by paying institution for all these people. We're also sponsored by Good Speed Media. These are located in Makinge. You can reach out to them, and if you have a talent in media and you want to be a professional in media studies, get out to them and get in touch with them. They'll help you in upbringing your talent. Today we have very important topics to discuss. Yeah, by the way, those that celebrated the Mother's Day, congs. It was really amazing. You saw our stories as they happened, and we really appreciate you. Thank you for believing. Thank you for accepting that the Mother's Day is so important to you. Now, our first topic. I told you I'm Isaac Tayebwa. Don't forget to follow me on all my social media platforms. On Twitter, Isaac Tayebwa 4. On Facebook, Isaac Tayebwa 4. And everywhere, Isaac Tayebwa 4. Also on TikTok. We are also creating content for you. Our first topic, we are talking about Omolo County elections, by-elections. Remember, these were held on 24th of May, and they came after, of course, by-elections. Of course, the Constitution asks or demands, once an incumbent dies, you have to hold an election before it is too late, because those people have to be represented in the parliament. So, like it's always, when most of the times when an incumbent dies, a brother or a son or a daughter is always chosen to replace them. And of course, this is the same that happened in Omolo. We had the former Deputy Speaker of Parliament, former Speaker of Parliament, that is the late Right Honorable Jacob Olanya, when he lost his life. That was on March 20th. So need of replacing him arose. We had to organize a fresh election to replace him. So different people came up. They had to show their interest, and yeah, it happened. We voted. The voting happened. It was, as we brought you the news here on PTV, we had 6 contestants in the race. But a brief history about maybe Olanya. He died on 20th of March. Then he was formerly an MP from 2001, 2005. Then later on came back in 2011. Then from where he became a deputy speaker before becoming a speaker. Then, unfortunately, he died on the 20th of March. That is the same year, this year, and it was so bad. May his soul rest in peace. Then now, people came out, showed interest, and people contested. 6 people. I'll briefly run through the results as they were. We saw the son of Jacob Olanya winning the race. That is, he represented NRM. he's called Olanya Ojo. He got 14,224 votes. Then Simon Tolit, he's from Loop. Remember, the race was mostly between these two people. He got 1,633 votes. You can see the range. He beat all these guys with about 75% of the general voters, the general votes casted on that date. So then the third was Terence Odong. He's independent. He got 532. Then Mr. Justin Odong for FDC got to 529. Then Jimmy Walter, independent, 88 votes. Then Oscar Kiza for ANT, he got 63 votes. You know, all these votes casted, the voter turnout wasn't as good as the previous election, because most people didn't turn up to vote. Because the total voters were 38,638, and only 17,069 voters turned up. And of course, this was it wasn't expected, because this was an election. It was given a lot of attention. It really pulled media attention across the country. That was the first show. Let's first go for this short commercial break. We shall be right back, then with more and more stories.
PTV, your will, your choice.
PTV is the TV you're watching, is the television you're watching, and My Country is the show running right now. Isaac Tayebwa is the host. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for sharing our videos, sharing our links. Invite more people to like, because this is the only television on your YouTube channel or on your YouTube that brings content as it is. Shout out to all those people watching, those people that follow us and look for us at any point in time, because you use your data to watch us, and we have to thank you. My Uganda, our second story. Thank you. Welcome back from that short commercial break. I won't forget to talk about the sponsors, community advocates for health, security, and development. They're also sponsored by Good Speed Media. This will try to bring you talent in media. They will train you, they will connect you, and they will make you a better person when it comes to media. Isaac Tayebwa is my name, of course. Follow me on all my social media platforms: Twitter, Facebook, everywhere. Isaac Tayebwa 4. Now, let's talk about these prices that are really going so high. Remember, this started way back from when the COVID-19 pandemic was there. So these prices started increasing by then. Yeah, of course you can't blame the nation because of the prices, because now it was that time when people were not working. People were not working, people were all staying home. It was a lockdown, and of course you all can understand that this could have caused the increase, the prices to increase, and it is normal, it is accepted. But we are not in lockdown anymore, and prices are really going high. You see, fuel now costs about 5,000 to 6,000, 5,700 to 6,000, according to where you're getting the fuel from. And you know, people are parking all their vehicles, people are parking all their motorcycles, and yeah, people are really up and down. This increase, this price, you know, this crisis of prices of all commodities is really going so high. It really hurts me so much that you're going to buy a bag of soap that we used to buy at about 3,500, and they asked me for 9,000 for just a simple one bag of soap. And there is no practical solution that has been brought forth. You know, And this is so bad because we as citizens have to settle down and get solutions for all these things. Dr. Kizza Besigye, the former presidential candidate, was arrested when he tried to protest. That was in the last month. He protested. He was against these prices of commodities. He was arrested. He was given a bail of 30 million. He turned it down. I was like, I'm fighting the poverty here in Uganda, and you want me to pay 30 million for just protesting? Yesterday we saw the court granted him bail, a cash bail of 3 million. It was reduced from 30 million. And you wonder, why then had they given him 30 million in the first place? Yeah, he has been advocating for this. He has been advising government on different things it can do. Because we as media people, as Isaac Tayebwa, also can advise the government for people that can manage, to bring out incentives. To give local investors. But when these incentives are given, the cost of production will reduce. And finally, the final goods to us, the consumers, will be low. And that is for the start, because we are in a crisis. We all believe we are in a crisis. Let's first give all the taxes that we earn from all these producers, because currently these taxes will be useless to us if we don't have money. If all these prices are really high, it's all about the government providing these incentives. All local producers, producers and factories, if they give them incentives, that is, in the finally their cost of production will reduce, and the goods will be sold cheaply. In the long run, they will recover their money. We shall stabilize, and we can give back the taxes as they. We shall go back to the taxes as we had before. We can also reduce costs, government costs. All civil servants have a lot of incentives, have a lot of benefits around them. And it's all about us reducing these benefits to what is really required. Reduce them in percentages, save that money, give it to the population, and everything will change. Because that's what we have to agree as a country. This is our time to sit down at a round table and think out of the box and see what next, because people are getting poor. We are poor. And finally, you never know what this can cause. We shall finally, maybe the population can decide to go on the street and demonstrate and bring out all this instability. Because most families are now feeding on one single meal a day. And children won't understand it because now people don't have money. People do not have money. So many businesses have closed. Recently, we aired here a show of so many businesses that have closed. And it is so bad that just advise the country, advise people. Then you people who are watching, it's all up to you. Let's get alternative sources of income. If it means going to the street and selling your shoes, selling your clothes, do that, because we now have no other option. Let's get alternative sources of income. Let's get alternative incomes, because we have to fight. Since it is now war, people have been blaming all this to the Ukraine war, but of course we can't tell by now. But it's all up to us to think out of the box and get where we're supposed to get. Finally, it has been so important that people are watching us, and thank you so much. Let's keep the conversation going. Go run to my social media platforms, comment, tag me here and there. Go on our YouTube channel when we upload this video. comment. Yeah, let's keep the conversation going on, and because it's all about us finding a solution for what affects us. We are sponsored by community advocates for health, security and development. These are running a campaign which they've called the 2K Yes Fund. They're so collecting as much money as they can to pay for students, for the needy students at SAYFA Hope Institute. Remember, they are collecting as much funds as they can. Call them on 0778 440 564. That's my contact. Call me, then I'll link you to SAYFA Hope Institute. Then I'm also running that campaign on my social media platforms, so you can go there and to know details, because we are posting as much content as we can. Also sponsored by Good Speed Media. They are located in Machinde. Get to them if you want to grow media wise. If you have a talent and want them to help you learn more, then get to them. They will help you out. This is My Uganda. We are always here. Weekly show. We shall be bringing different people that are involved in different stories, but we really say no to violence. Let's keep peace. I love you so much. I'm Isaac Tayebwa. Thank you for watching.
PTV, your will, your choice.